Welcome. We are sitting up here talking about the patriarchy that has taken over media. We're sitting up here talking about Jedi and perhaps was that Indiana Jones? They are now hinting that Indiana Jones is going to be Indiana Jane. All Ghostbusters take a dive with the female indoctrination. We've seen the Star Wars franchise fall to male indoctrination, even though females, guys who like these this type of media, sci-fi or whatever, they don't like the guys that like this. So my thing is like, I don't understand why is Hollywood so bent on female or the showing the patriarchy type of life, the female superhero, or even this gay shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like all we got left.
Is it really though? But the money,
all we have left now, man, is like superhero
because you said that's where the money is from. It's going. Nobody's going. Hey, yo, Star Wars did the worstest on the last joint.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters is done. It's under the rug, son. Unless you were born in the 80s or before, it's done.
Yeah.
People went to go see that Ghostbusters joint.
Nobody saw it. It tanked. That shit tanked. It wasn't doing what Ghostbusters was supposed to do.
When it first came out, no. I think they broke 100 million.
Bullshit. Yeah, you want. Yeah, bullshit, dog. That shit. No. This shit did okay. I don't have the numbers for it. It did okay for a movie, but for Ghostbusters, that shit tanked. Just like Star Wars, that shit tanked according to what it's supposed to do.
Right.
They killed it. Now, nothing else Ghostbusters that come out, nobody's gonna buy the trinkets, the souvenirs. Nobody's gonna do that anymore because they fucked it up. Same thing with Star Wars. They trying to sell Star Wars toys. That was the number one thing. If you watch Netflix, the toys, I don't know, there's a toy documentary on there. If you watch that, you will see that Star Wars came up from toys.
Yeah.
Selling them toys. No, who's going to buy a Rey? Are a bunch of boys going to buy a Rey?
Yeah, majority of the Star Wars fan base are male, for sure.
Know your demographics, son.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, it's already on Netflix, so that's pretty much your answer right there as far as the success.
Yeah. When have you ever known something to go to DVD so fast?
Yeah.
And then be on Netflix? They trying to recoup. And Star Wars, they trying to recoup something.
A Bo King Woodbine movie.
Bo King Woodbine wasn't even in it. Y'all already put it up there.
I love Bo King, man. I can't get down on Bo King. Yeah, I can't get out on Bo King, but the money when it's something to be made, you can sell a woman anything as long as you explain to her beforehand that there's going to be some type of women empowerment. You can sell it to her; she'll buy the hell out of it. So the economy is, and this is not just the United States. This is the earth. Women keep it afloat because they'll buy anything because they're flipping retarded. You know, they'll the quick rich scheme, or you can lose. Yeah, you can lose 900 pounds in 24 hours. They'll buy it. They'll buy it because it's what media puts out there to tell them, oh, you're ugly and you're fat and you're whatever the hell.
There's no man to. And that's a good ass point, dude. There's no man there to protect them from the bullshit.
Right. Remember when
we'll say, oh, lose 20 pounds in 24 hours?
Right.
That's bullshit. I know that for a fact. But if there's no man to be like, bae, that's bullshit, then guess what? They're going to buy
They're going to buy it. And they still might buy it if they got a weaker man there that they can just run over all like that. It's been times where moms tried to take her for some tires at the dealership, and he, you know, the man went through there like, hey man, y'all sold my wife some ties, and she ain't even need no ties, and she didn't spend $1,200 on some ties that cost $500. So somebody, you know,
prey on that shit.
I know they prey on it,
they make
but
their quota off that shit.
They absolutely do. And women, for whatever strange apparent reason, they fall for this stuff, but they supposed to be the smartest and all this good stuff. Women, y'all need to this is when the conversation comes across about staying in your lane, and women get, you know, they get mad about it and what, I'm supposed to be barefooted in the kitchen. No, everybody has a job to do in a corporation, on a team, on anything that has some type of substance. Everybody has a job to do. So when it comes to you doing your job, I'm a strong black idiot and I do whatever I want and blah, blah, blah. You ain't got to do all that. Everybody got a job to do, because that's what it sounds like when you start ranting and raving about how strong you are, because people that are intelligent and strong, they don't really talk about it.
Right.
You know, it presents itself. Yeah. They don't talk about it. So there's no need for it. But we know that you all are weak, and in the arena that you all are trying to play in. We were trying to talk earlier at work how if women could understand how fucking strong they are. I can't give birth. I can't make breast milk. It's just a whole bunch of shit that I just cannot do that women can do, but women don't want to embrace it.
Nah.
They don't want to embrace it. They just what they want. I can do the same thing man can do.
I mean, honestly,
I don't know. I don't want to give birth.
The priorities are like totally confused, because taking care of your man, your husband, your family, you know, by what you feed them, you're controlling how long and how healthy they, you know, they are, or how long they live or whatever. Right. That's way more important than working a job.
I don't give flying fuck about no.
You know, that's way more important. So it's like their priorities are just completely backwards. But I don't know. Credit to feminism. You know what I mean?
You got to do that. You got to do that.
They totally bought in it. But I don't know. I was listening to somebody on social media earlier today, and they were saying the agenda now that really gets the narrative as far as the agendas is for the gay community and feminism.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, man, black men, we're just excluded.
Yeah. That's why I always I try to explain to any young dude I'm talking to. I try to break it down, and all my nephews, I got a new one that just came here today. He's brand new baby. The little sister. For whatever reason, I don't know why people keep on popping out these kids, but I learned a lot. I watch a lot of stuff, documentaries, whether I'm searching for it or I run across it. I watch a lot, and I learned that for every one baby that is born, there are 3 abortions in the urban community, which means the black community.
Black.
Yeah, that's what that means. And I know our presence is like super strong, but you all need to understand everybody has surpassed us in population. So we are super tiny. I think it's like 7 or 8%, something like that.
Yeah.
When it was like 20% of the population, it's gone away. Now it's like 7, 8%. Because if y'all don't know, because people be acting like we crazy, like the Planned Parenthood line don't be long as fuck on Saturday morning or Monday morning. These women out here, they fucking, and they fucking a lot, and they go on Monday morning and Saturday morning and get the snip and the whatever the hell else and the Plan Bs and all of that shit. The reason for me saying that is, you got to understand your purpose, man. And we all got a purpose, dude. I don't understand why women just can't stay in their lane. I don't get it.
They cannot. This is the reason. They cannot adhere to their purpose because they wouldn't get it done. That's just like when females saying, why don't guys be serious or truthful when they talk to me? Because if we was like, yo, we want to fuck, is that cool? You're not going to do it. So same thing with females. They be like, yo, I'm trying to drain you of your money. Is that cool? We're not gonna go. So they're not gonna go ahead and do their purpose, dude. They're not gonna go ahead and show us what the hell is going on. Sneaky people that's up to no good are never ever gonna show you what the hell is really up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna go. Yeah. I mean, period, point blank. Yo, in the news tonight, I want y'all to talk about this shit. Omarosa, who was like Trump's right-hand man at a certain time, said that she had some dirt on Trump. Said that he was using racial epithets. He was saying the N-word.
He's always done that.
Exactly.
I don't know where everybody's been at on earth, but Trump has always done that. Trump was always like the cool.
I'm thinking like all old white rich.
No, but Trump has always put himself in a position to be that one white dude that can say nigger at the black party. He's always
hell no, that shit ain't cool. No, I would say Clinton. I would say Clinton.
No, not Bill. Because motherfuckers been rapping about Trump for I don't know how long.
If Trump say nigga at a motherfucking party, dog, he about to get fucked up.
Nah, I doubt it. Nowadays, he
and
might.
Now we're on the blacklist because we said Trump on the internet.
But nowadays,
we're gonna try to do better, folks.
But back in the day, because Trump bring the hoes, and
he didn't have the hoes.
Yeah, he had the hoes. They would let him in, and that
I don't know, man. My thing is, who cares, dude? Like, if that word really meant something to black people, we wouldn't use it ourselves. You know what I mean? I get it. You know, like, yeah, we understand the history we have in this country, blah blah blah.
I don't think they really understand.
But yet, still, we don't set the example. We don't set the standard,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I heard Cube talking about it, like, yeah, we took the word. I get it, but still, the hypocrisy in it. It's like, I don't know. You just can't use the word towards each other and then get mad when somebody who doesn't have our color skin say it. It's like, what do you say to people who are whatever they are, whatever race they are, when they bump in hip hop and it's in every sentence in hip hop? Then what can you get pissed off at them for playing a song?
Yeah, no.
So it's like, I don't really get into that, man. Whatever.
Here's the thing, though. This is a great example of black women today. Now, you saw Omarosa. She came from Trump with what was the name of the TV show he was on?
Celebrity Apprentice, right?
Yeah, the Apprentice show. Okay. And she made it, and she was like Trump's right-hand man for a while. She was good. You know what I'm saying? She was doing it. Then Trump fired her ass when he got to be the president. Okay. And now she's mad. She's scorned. And now she wants to come out and say that, oh, he was saying the word nigger and he this and that. He's a racist and this and that. Bitch, we already knew that shit. It was your monkey ass. And this is a good ass example of black women today. You went ahead and you got up with the racist white guy, our enemy, so to speak. You got with the racist white guy. You heard him saying nigger and all that shit, and you stayed down with that shit.
Right. Never said anything.
You never said anything. Now that he's on some shit and he fired your ass, now you want to say, oh, he's a racist? This has been going on for decades, my brothers. This has been going on for decades because we couldn't get jobs, but they would hire her because she is less intimidating than a black man. She is more submissive than a black man in the workplace. And so as this transpired, we saw this live on TV when Omarosa got down with that. Now, we see all the time, black women are like, yo, he ain't got no job. He ain't blah, blah, blah. He this and that. Same thing that the KKK say. He leave his children. He ain't trying to work, blah, blah, blah. We know there's a lot of brothers out here that don't get down like that. That's for real about whatever. So she threw us under the bus. And now what you want, Omarosa? You want us to back you up on that racist shit? You a cuck. You a hooker. You a hoe. You got down for that. They played you. And that's what's happening to black women. They think that they can talk down on us because they cool with them. No, you still a nigga, and you committing mega treason.
Yeah,
that's treason. You doing your own man. You ain't never heard no man, no woman of any other race throw their man under the bus,
right,
for another man of another race. You ain't never heard that shit.
Right.
That's why we say fuck you.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Like when it comes to racial injustices with black women, I don't respect it at all from them anymore. Yeah, and the reason why is because they are invested in white supremacy. They're one of their main investors. Yeah. And I'm like, anytime you go to family court for anything, you are a major investor in white supremacy. You know, child support, whatever. You are sponsoring white supremacy against your own people. So you can't do this, invest into their system, and then march in the streets or talk about any type of racial injustices as if you stand for your people.
Right.
Because you don't. You're a double agent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've taken a sword against your own kind. Yeah. Because you run right back to these same racist white cops that are shooting and killing black men in the streets, and you call them on black men.
Yep.
So when it comes to all this racial talk, black women, you're being laughed at. You know, people are looking at you like, really? You know, you got paperwork on on your ex, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. So black women are major contributors in white supremacy.
Yeah, we was talking about it. Well, I did mention it that most black women don't really understand the power and the magnitude of the power that they possess, because they, you know, just like when it all started. You know, if anybody, you know, want to go the biblical route, she got duped, you know, in the garden. She got duped. You know, the dude came like, hey, dog, you ain't got to be up in here. I got drink and I got this and that and other. And she was like, oh, for real? And then, you know, yeah, you blind right now, but boom, let me show you. You can see right now. You see you naked? You see that hole you got right there? It's pleasure in there. And she's like, oh, for real? And he was like, boo, 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 boo. And that's what it sounded like back then too. Yeah, he fingered her, and she's like, "Oh, this is what I can get dudes with." Adam still in the river repenting, like, you know, I know we did wrong. We trying to, he doing it, you know, trying to, you know, and he like, girl, come on over here, let's repent of these sins and everything. And she's like, you know what, you right. And the devil came again and got her ass again. And it's the same thing that happens today. Women. Black women, you need to understand your power and then start taking responsibility for your actions. If you chose a piece of shit dude, okay, don't keep choosing a piece of shit dude. Now you've learned from your mistakes. Okay, now it's time to, you know, to incorporate a bunch of beautiful and great things into your life. You got a man that got some sense. We're gonna raise these children to be the next best whatever. Emperors, kings, whatever the hell. The president is a pawn. So you don't even want to rate. I mean that's a good thing to try to, you know, there's influence there, but you want to, it's a way bigger picture, and y'all sell your men up the river for a little bit of money. Just a little bit of money.
This is for our brethren. Right now, we're talking to our brother. We're preaching to the choir right now. But here's the thing, man. Expecting these motherfuckers to turn around and realize what the fuck they're doing, and then to make it right with us, it's unrealistic.
Right. I completely agree.
It's not going to happen. What Big
agree.
Country was talking about was what should happen with people that love each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And want to see better for our culture. But that shit ain't never gonna happen. They're never gonna turn around and say, we was fucking up. What do we need to do to make it right?
Right.
That is never gonna happen, dog. So that's my thing with the pro-blackers right now.
And this is one of the reasons why we get a lot of flack from a lot of women, black women, telling us that we hate, and dudes out here too, the mangina dudes that, oh, y'all hate black women and y'all hate. It ain't got nothing to do with that, dude. Everybody else out here being proud of their culture.
Why can't I be proud of mine?
Why can't I be proud of mine? It's a damn shame that I'd be embarrassed to be a man of color. You know, when some of the situations I run across, I'll be like, man, I don't want to. I just can't. I'll be like, man, I don't want to even belong to that group. I don't want to belong to that group.
Yeah,
or this woman out here, she japping out. Or, dude, it's super simple issues that people, you got to separate media and corporate and society and live your life. You know, get into the history of Black people and understand that the slavery that happened in the South didn't really happen until white folks was like, hey, we can do this shit to these motherfuckers. They don't even know. Yeah. Before then, it was Black and white folks selling Black folks.
Yeah.
And nobody, you know, dude, everything that exists came, in my personal opinion, came off the top of the dome of a Black person. I just found out today that the radiator was created by this Black dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now. I was like, it blew my mind. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we hold
on real quick. And then I go back to when the AIDS thing started. North Africa had the most advanced medical system, most medical anything in the world back then. White folks saw that shit. They came in. It was like, hey, let's take these motherfuckers shit over. And they came in and started understanding the virus that was in the monkeys that was AIDS. They had the same immune system that we had, but for some strange apparent reason, our immune system can't fight it. But the monkeys got the same immune system that we got. And then they just took the whole medical industry over off the backs of all these Black people. We've created so much stuff. Understand your history.
Yeah.
Where all of this stuff come from. All of this is due to us. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. You know, Black people were here before the slaves came. You know, you can call them Native Americans or whatever you want to call them. And then the integration, it's the whole super long story. Do your Googles. Do your Googles,
dog. Yeah, hell yeah. Here's the thing though, fellas. And I think this is what we need to discuss right now. This is one of our biggest problems. The pro-Blackers.
Yeah, man.
Okay, hold on, man. This is something that we have been, I don't know, hesitant. I don't know. We knew we was going to come to this point.
I ain't really been hesitant. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. No,
man, because a lot of our hardcore fans or followers or listeners are these people. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to give them this tough love. You know what I'm saying? Pro-Blackers, here's the thing, man. You're going to have to start holding people accountable who are doing the bullshit to our culture. You can't continue to blame everything on the white man. All right? I need you to be really succinct and look at everything and find out what caused what and address that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're really killing your culture right now for the simple fact that if you say the white man is to blame for all of our hardships, nobody has to try. Nobody has to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And no one ever will.
No.
Because, you know,
they don't have a reason to.
Right. But my thing is you can't be racist and be honest at the same time, because truth supersedes race, gender. It supersedes all of that. It's not bound to any of that. And at some point in time, you're gonna have to make a decision between telling the truth or just using racism as a cop out. You know what I mean? So you can't be both. And here's the thing: it's okay to be for your people, but that doesn't mean you have to be anti anything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you want to support your own kind, great. Leave everybody else out of it.
Yep.
They have nothing to do with the progression of your own people. So I don't know where people kind of get into this habit of, well, if I give you credit, I have to take from somewhere else.
Right.
You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, support your own kind, man, but leave everybody else out of it. But my thing is, for the fellas, Like, if you still out here concerning yourself with being a good guy, you know, like to these women, or they don't care, man.
No,
you know what I'm saying? They
don't
look. If you men to women, especially black women, you're nothing but a commodity. You know what I'm saying? You are a tool.
Stop bragging that you're a good guy. That doesn't mean
they don't care.
Them. Okay,
they don't care either way. You know, you hear women say things like they don't like short men, and then you got to ask yourself: does Kevin Hart have issues? Cat Williams, do these guys? No, shoot, because they're millionaires.
Napoleon conquered and plundered. The dude was 5'2". I mean, come on. Yeah, he was super short, dude, and he did all of that damage. Man, I just finished talking about this this week because they've been playing, for whatever reason, they've been playing Black Panther and a couple of other black movies. If you get just a regular UHF antenna. No. It's on TV. And I've been trying to explain. I've been trying to educate a couple of the young dudes at the job because they don't understand some of that stuff. And Panther, they were trying to explain a little bit of Huey P. Newton, what he did. And I was trying to explain to them that Malcolm X story was a lie and Huey P. Newton's story was a lie. They got Huey P. Newton on some coke or some shit, but he didn't never do drugs. But they forced it on him to show the people that he was lying. It's just a bunch of stuff. Find out the culture.
Yeah, you
don't stop listening. Women, you have to understand influence and brainwashing and a bunch of other stuff to understand that you have to have your own opinion of stuff. Majority of men nowadays are raised by women, and they're taught how to take care of women, get the money, give it to the woman, and that's all you need to do. And then women turn around and be like, "Oh, he's a piece of shit, motherfucker." But you keep choosing it. You keep raising these motherfuckers, and you keep choosing these pieces of shit, motherfuckers. So it's just a regurgitating cycle.
Yo. Let's go ahead. Let's be frank. Just said the question is
what?
Can black men rightfully ever believe that black woman is indeed his woman?
No, I'll never believe that. Well, hold on, I'm not finished.
By her actions, it would seem to be no, she is not his woman. So you said no already.
No, hold on. I want to say this real quick because
go around.
This is about with the Koofy dudes, and
the
Koofies, and I was watching a couple things. I'm always watching something, but somebody explained when they were talking about Malcolm and a couple of other people. Nobody is stronger than the cause. So now, if you all take a look right now, if Louis Jimenez Farrakhan died, who's going to step up? There's nobody in place. Malcolm, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, all of them. Who's people you have to understand. No one man is stronger than everybody. Needs to be on the same plane. If everybody's not on the same plane, somebody got an agenda.
Here's the thing, though. They always, and we're gonna get you a question. They always find a reason not to follow the black leader.
Oh yeah.
They go ahead and research and be like, oh, Martin Luther King stepped out on his wife, so we ain't gotta believe nothing he say. Even though what he said was true. You know what I'm saying? They're always looking. These are evil people, man. And what you said, yeah, pro-blackers, you have to go ahead and hold people accountable for our
it's
faults.
Okay. I mean, it's okay. We all make mistakes every day, man. And until you learn them from them mistakes, you ain't gonna do no better.
Inside in Chicago, there were 70 people shot last week. Was it 70 people?
73, 12 died.
Yeah, 12 people murdered, 70 people shot. Okay, that's not the white man.
It's absolutely senseless. They ain't got nothing to do with the white man.
It's not the white man. That was black on black right there. But if you look at here's the problem with me, or the problem in general, what I think is that when you say, okay, black on black crime, well, it's the white man that had put us in this economical position to go ahead and be against each other. They drive boxes of guns in the fucking alley for niggas to shoot each other. I'll drop a box of guns in Roselle right now. That's primarily Indian Muslim community. I guarantee you it would not turn into what we got here.
Oh, yeah.
On the south
Guaranteed.
side. We have to take responsibility. We have to hold people accountable. We have to put our finger in them. Yo, you fucking up, dude. Hey, bitch, you fucking up. Because if they don't get this, they're gonna keep on.
Yeah, if everybody's singing the same story, I mean, it's gonna continue. If I'm sitting here, and that's why it's important. Yeah, I know a lot of people have heard the saying about, you know, the people you be around, and that's what you become, and all of that, which is very true. If I'm hanging around somebody that's super negative all the time, just negative, I'm going to eventually turn out to be some negative type of person, and I'm going to be spewing out these views. And whether it's criminal or narcissistic or whatever the behavior is, you know, as you see in women will tell each other the silliest bullshit, and women will go for it. And they'll be like, yeah. You know, damn well this dude ain't treat you like that. This bitch trying to get you to be in her boat because she miserable. And so you supposed to be miserable with her. So the blame, I know people hate it and it seems just so bad, and it should seem bad. But blame has to go where it needs to go. I'm sorry. I mean, if people understood fully, like, you know, that, okay, we ain't none of us perfect. We all make mistakes. We all gonna make mistakes. It's about what we do after the mistakes. If we gonna keep on regurgitating the same bullshit, then okay, now the name calling and all of that stuff, and that to break somebody down, I'm all for it. I say the most ignorant shit possible to try to get you to understand the silly shit that you're doing as a woman or even as a man. And the bottom line that it boils down back to is nowadays everybody's raised by pretty much a woman. Mm-hmm. So the woman has to be held accountable for her actions. I don't care what your intentions was and you had a good heart. And, you know, women always say, oh, good heart, I'm a good person. And I fuck that. You still have to make a conscious decision in who you let into your life.
Yeah.
And that's ABC 1, 2, 3. I'm just, for every other race that I ran into, they're like, duh, yeah, of course I control who come in my pussy. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to us, it's kind of embarrassing when we get like that video, Mr. Legend versus the World. It's kind of embarrassing that we are sitting up here arguing about who, you know, of course you have a choice of who you fuck or who you let in your body.
Right.
But if they are, and this is what I want to say, Quest, if they are sitting up there totally, you know, you got Reverend Lonnie Love telling you you're not responsible. Oh, them dirty guys with their dicks coming in your house when you're sleeping, getting you pregnant while you're sleeping. You don't have nothing to do with that. And yo, it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? It's all a man's fault. Okay, take your blouse off and give me $50, and we'll go ahead and we'll YouTube this. Okay, because then that's what's up.
Yeah, let's be frank. To answer your question, if you have to ask, then the answer is no. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty obvious where we are with them at this point. And again, I try to tell the fellas as much as I can, stop wasting your time believing that they give a shit. You know, your first mistake is believing that she cared, that she gives a shit about if you're a good guy, bad guy. She has her own agenda. It's obvious. Anytime you have a race of women who will admit to you that they'll never even approach you, you're nothing to them. You know what I mean? Because let's just be honest, conversation never hurt anybody. And black women are not shy about saying, I don't approach men. It's like, if you think about the notion of what they're saying, Like, who puts thought into saying they're not going to talk to someone? You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that serious. It's like overkill. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, you really put thought. Okay, like the
really, you don't speak.
Yeah,
to
the mindset that comes
like,
behind that type of, for someone to formulate that type of idea. You know what I mean? And they're at the age of 14, 15. They're being trained this way. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you see where your arrogance leads. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they get older and they talk about all the experiences they have, he cheated, he did this and that. That ain't the reason why relationships don't work. When they say, well, this person cheated. That's the result of their hypocrisy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because they don't realize that they're hypocritical when they say I don't approach men, because they allow men to approach them. So they're hypocrites. But in the same token, these same women would tell you nothing good can come from involving yourself with a hypocrite.
They always do. You notice that they're always two sides to the story, right?
Don't waste your time with these people. It's old news. It's 2018. You know. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like,
not just have your baby. They'll do some disgusting
and I'll
shit.
tell a female, look, if you won't approach a man, you have no business having that man's baby. Like, really, conversation in 2 seconds, few seconds, 5 minutes, whatever. So it's like this type of idea. How can you trust that? For all the fellas, how can you trust somebody like that in your life? One hand will tell you she won't approach you, but then will marry you and have a kid. Like, what do you expect to get? How do you expect anything to come to fruition or manifest with someone like this? So don't waste your time talking to them. Don't waste your time engaging in any type of dialogue, because there is no benefit for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you notice, women, like, men don't want to converse. They don't want to talk, because most women do not offer men anything intellectually.
No.
You know what I mean? Why? Because they're too busy talking about themselves, their entitlement, and how they feel. But I get it why they want to engage into dialogue with us, because we some badass motherfuckers. We created poetry. You know what I'm saying? We created philosophy. Man, yeah. So a person will be fascinated talking to men. Like, I'm sure Mr. Legend in Big Country can contest that women that they probably engaged with however long ago are probably still benefiting from conversations they've had with them.
Oh, yeah.
If they heeded what they said.
I can guarantee
you know what I'm saying? So, but on the flip side, I ask fellas all the time, what has a woman told you that you've dated that has enlightened you or enhanced your life just based on conversation?
I'm 40 years old, and I can think of one female out of these 40 years that's my grandma.
And rightfully so, though. You know, don't get me wrong, because women are nurturers. You know what I'm saying? They're not built to be leaders.
See, the women have stepped outside of their natural ways that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't get it. They don't understand the importance of being the job title has been degraded to the point where they don't feel that it's that important, or they feel it's slavery or whatever that they feel that being it's a big deal to be a woman, I believe. And as soon as women start understanding that again in the black community, the urban community, whatever you want to call it, it'll start to come out a little bit. But I want to get into something real quick. It's been fucking that wasn't me, Rhonda. But no. Legend did a little thing this week. A week ago, and it chapped my hide.
Miss Legend versus the World video.
Yeah, Miss Legend versus the World, and the part.
Let me go ahead and introduce it. It's on BlackMenVentTV.com and take you straight to our YouTube page. If you know, I think you on it right now. But anyway, it was a show that we did for Jasmine. If y'all didn't know Jasmine at BlackMatchMade.com, we had her on our show about a couple months ago.
And she ran loose.
She ran loose. So and
she don't even know why we let her.
She called in the favor, and then I went in for her show. And then what we posted previous to this video is what ensued.
Yes. And that show that we let her on, we let her run loose so you guys can see. Y'all
having them on the
y'all have to see it. You have to see
it's an example
because
man.
We are not the Dalai Lama here. But you know, we run into a lot of conflict where people be like, y'all don't know, y'all ain't getting no pussy, so y'all lying. And you know, so we'd like you all to see, you know, without even any coercion or anything like that, watch it unfold. And as you saw, she unfolded Willie Mammoth at her best.
And Quest, you told me before, like when we explain to other races what BMV is, they don't understand it. Like what?
Don't nobody got to deal with no.
Why would women act like that?
Exactly, but don't nobody have to deal with no wild ass animals like we have to do.
Right.
When it comes to certain shit like this.
Yo, what? I don't understand, but okay.
Knowledge,
if you say so.
Knowledge is irrefutable. If you go, you on drugs or you have a mental problem, and I'm leaning more toward the mental problem when it comes to women, in the black culture, because they've been bamboozled and whatever the hell, and women will keep bamboozling each other in the black community. I've never seen a woman actually like tell a woman to straighten her out. I've never seen a woman in the black community check another woman. Exactly. They'll support it. They'll hip hooray it. They'll celebrate it. Just perpetuate it. Get that. Yeah, girl, I fuck them if I was you. And even though the chick married, you know, females are celebrated. Yeah. And for some strange apparent reason, because we say it,
it's a problem.
We're socially awkward because we don't deal with. I'm not. I don't even know how to label it, but you know, from listen to Jasmine talk. Jasmine, if she's even listening, ain't nobody in this room socially awkward. You know, we've all dealt with women 40 million times, you know, way better looking than you. And it has nothing to do with being socially awkward. When you get to a certain point in your life as a man, you just don't want to deal. You want peace. When you fighting for peace of mind, I don't know nobody else that's fighting for this like we are. When I can't come to the crib, just a peace of fucking mind. It's automatic. Everybody, I'm gonna tell you like roll this, to a degree.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, big country. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, there's a price for everything, right? And when you become conscious, you know what I'm saying? When you are intelligent, you understand a major price you pay as you become alienated from those who are not. So you realize that quality recognizes quality, or intelligence recognizes intelligence. Yeah. So when you come across someone who's clearly not that, you have to understand their position as well as yours, and know you're never going to get anything with merit from them. So it's kind of like if you're a person of class, someone who lacks class could never understand you, or possibly will never compliment you.
Right.
If people who are not of class compliment you, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
So if people of that caliber that was on that show are complimenting us, we're doing something wrong. When they are insulting us, we're doing something right.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we get it. We know they're just doing their job. They have their place, because this is how we differentiate who's who.
Right.
And you sit back and you watch to see exactly what others' perceptions are. And if they agree with that nonsense, cool, great. You get over there.
Right.
So fellas, it's not about wasting your time. Don't invest your time with these type of people who will tell you continuously 1 + 1 = 5 because they don't like how 2 sounds. Right. So the people who get ahead in life are those who understand where to and who to invest their time with. And you don't invest your time or waste your energy on people who clearly just can't, don't, won't get it. You know, because believe it or not, or like it or not, they are entitled to their perspective. You know, even though they probably can't explain how their perspective will benefit the people or even themselves, they're still entitled to it. I learned a while ago, just don't waste your time with these type of people. You know what I mean? Just keep it moving. They doing what they do. Let them have it, because you're never going to get anything from them. All you're going to get is frustration, and it's going to be redundant completely. So for me, it's like, all right, cool. You're entitled to your perspective. Let them have it and just move around them, you know?
Yes, these people are dedicated to their ignorance. they've been living their life this way all their life. This is what they believed in, the wrong thing. So the minute we come along and say, hey, no, life is about prosperity and raising up your kids and your grandkids to be a benefit to society. And they're like, no, life is about going to the club and getting all these bitches. And the bitches are like, yo, these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's the low frequency that we've been living on for a long time. But once you raise up, if you're an intelligent guy or woman, you know that this is not what life is. Like on that show, Mr. Legend versus the World, you can tell that the majority of black folks or black men are pussy oriented.
Emasculated.
Yeah. They'll do anything. They will check in their balls or whatever to go ahead and gain favor from women.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, like the most single people in the country are black
women.
Christian women.
Yeah.
Who go to church.
Yeah.
And if you guys watch that show
Google
that Mr.
that
Legend
shit.
is talking about, Mr. Legend Against the World, I guess the guy was a pastor on the show. He totally justified divorce and single parenting. You know what I mean? And that's like blasphemous according to the Bible.
And let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and say it. Now, people want to, especially the pro-blackers, I'm gonna set it straight right now. They want to tell you that when these people are advocating for money in the name of Christianity, that's Christianity. That's not Christianity. These people are devilish. They're evil. If you're, I'm gonna put it in real, basic terms for you. Okay, if you are manipulating people for your own personal gain, you're evil. That's 100%. You're going to hell. You're going to burn. All right. Okay. These people are using Christianity to manipulate other people, and they can't tell. They can't. There was a scuffle. What's his name? Reverend Wayne T. Jackson, who was a Trump supporter, had a scuffle at his church because they asked the congregation to donate $1,000. And if they couldn't do $1,000, they asked them to donate $300. And if you don't have any cash, brother, we have an ATM in the hallway for you.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man. Like whatever you believe in, if it makes you a better person, cool. Because I think ultimately we're all trying to figure it out. That's why I never really argue what someone's belief is, because you don't have to attack someone else's belief just to believe in yours.
Right. Yeah.
Blacks, we never really called ourselves Christians until after slavery. It was forced on us. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible is not a religious book. It's a history book. That's what it is. And it's our history. You know what I mean? It's specified to a certain group of people specifically, which is us. It was taught to us wrong. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, but all the beliefs were tampered with. I don't care if it's Buddhism, the Quran, the Torah, they all were. Command, however you want to go. At some point in time, there were people of power back in the day that tampered with it and implemented their own stuff because they saw the power in it and how it influenced people. So whatever. But my whole thing is with Christians, pro-blackers, whatever you want to call it. The only way you can progress your people is everyone has to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Like
that's the main thing right now.
There is no way around it. If you're not holding everybody accountable, if you're not holding everyone to the same standard, you're full of shit. Period. And you're not going anywhere. You're just running your mouth and wasting time.
People are scoring for the good and the bad. Okay. If you do not hold people that are scoring for the bad, what the fuck are we doing here? Pro-blacks are sitting up here trying to blame everything on the white people while bad black people are sitting behind you saying, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we turned in, like, people say that, you know what I'm saying? I don't don't like black people or whatever like that, or I don't like black women. That's what they say. I don't like black women. But here's my thing. I don't hate anybody, and I'm saying this right now. I don't hate anybody. Hate is such a strong and evil word. I don't, right. Do not hate anybody. That is not good. This is the thing. This is me personally, and y'all can talk on this. I'm just disappointed because growing up looking at the 70s and how black love was real back then, it's not real anymore.
Yeah, I think you're too far gone left.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's not that. And I'm like, yo, if we had that back then and we cultivated that, where would we be at right now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Like, I've been saying it for a while. The gig is up. Like, I'm over people still screaming victim and all this crap. Like, face it, people. Every man, every woman has been a victim, and every man and every woman has victimized someone else. We all have, whether it was intentional or not, because none of us are perfect. We've all been hurt, and we've all hurt someone else. Right. So when people sit here playing victim, I just kind of laugh at them like, man, you're just you're gone, because they're still asleep. That's what it is. They haven't come to reality yet, you know, and that's just what it is. So for people to still be out here playing this point game, blame this person, you just, I mean, the black community, man, I've been saying it for the longest, it's really over with, because we have too many hurdles.
I'm gonna tell you, hold on, man. Hold what you about to say, because I forgot to say this a long time ago. Here's the thing. If the people that are causing a problem cannot recognize or admit what the problem is never going to get solved. Okay? It's never going to get, if you can't admit it, you can't deal with it. Okay? Yeah. That's the first thing in everything. People in rehab are sitting up there, they have to say, I have a problem.
Right.
I am addicted to drugs. Before, you have to identify the problem before you get in there. But we're dealing with a bunch of women that are, they won't admit it.
Because they don't care. They don't care.
Everything is the guy's fault. Everything is wrong with I'm good. I'm going to keep picking the same old loser guy or not be good enough for the good guy. And they're going to dodge it left and right. They're not. Yeah. Remember that in Miami?
Yeah, look,
they're coming at you.
Let me explain this to them really quick, man.
They're never, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me finish that. If they aren't going to realize that, if they're going to continue to reject BMV, if they're going to continue to say it's not my fault, if they're going to continue to go against the basic fundamentals of life, of the female is the chooser, because I can't get in there without her saying yes. That is basic law.
Yeah.
Like, because it's hard, because they don't want to admit it, because that would mean it's their fault.
I'm gonna tell you,
the
like,
culture right now, the dumping, it's their fault because you chose bad dudes. They're like, no, bad dudes chose me.
I mean,
no bullshit.
In all honesty, it's unfair to really try to get them to understand this, because they're incapable. At this point, we have to just chalk it up to and accept it for what it is. They're incapable. You know, like, some people would just never be able to comprehend it. And at this point, fellas, you got to ask yourself, are you willing to invest the rest of your life, however long you may have, trying to get someone to understand 1 + 1 = 2, or go somewhere else where they already get it?
They're not going to do it.
Wherever that may be. But like, let me tell you like this. If you're dealing with someone who still believes that trust is a choice, they're delusional. And let me tell you what I mean by that. We don't choose who we are attracted to physically. None of us do. You look at somebody, it's either I like them or I don't. However, we choose everything else, right? If you walk down the street and you see a man or a woman you find attractive, that's how trust works, because you've given that person the ability to affect you in some sort of way, and they haven't even said anything to you. Right. So you've given them a level of power or control over you. We don't choose trust. That's how trust works. We don't choose that at all. So when it comes to this whole, I don't approach men, blah, 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 you're dealing with somebody who they lack the basic fundamentals that you would need to actually to progress with someone. They got some internal stuff going on to where you would never be able to see eye to eye or accomplish or achieve anything with this person.
I wonder if they understand that.
Probably not, man. But some of them probably will, probably won't. But
this shit is like, whoa.
So,
this shit is
trust,
like,
yeah. So trust is not a choice. You know what I'm saying? This is human nature. Like when women say things like all they want is sex, that woman is telling you right then and there what type of woman she is.
Yeah.
So fellas, recognize that and
all she has to offer
disengage,
is sex.
disassociate yourself, because what she's saying is that she's a great person, a great cook, she's benevolent, she's kind, funny, whatever qualities that she has. She says men are clearly rejecting that. Men like, what, you funny? No, I don't want to laugh. What, you're a great cook? No, I don't like good food. What, you're kind and compassionate? No, don't be kind to me. I just want sex. Who in their right mind is going to entertain some nonsense like that?
You got to think about this shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? Who in their right mind is going to entertain it and believe that crap? You know what I mean? So it's obvious that humans are creatures of habit. We stick with what we like. I don't care if it's food, clothes, cars, your career, where you live, your environment. We stick with what we like.
You'll maintain
so
that. Yeah.
If
it's important.
Right. So if she's a woman who's getting countless men coming here every day, and this is her assessment, men just want sex, it's obviously it's something she's doing or not doing to get this result over and over and over.
She has
and over.
nothing else to offer,
and
but
she has
sex.
yet and she has yet to look in the mirror, take accountability, and better herself. In Big Country, you said it a few shows ago, most women will spend an hour or two on their makeup, outfit, whatever, but they won't take 5 minutes to better themselves and reevaluate themselves organically to make
that's
themselves
too hard,
a better
man.
person.
That takes intelligence.
So fellas, don't waste your time, man.
No, please don't waste your time. These I call it the lost dog. You can put the dog in the car and drive the dog 20 miles away from the house. If the dog come back, you got a good dog. If the dog doesn't come back, let the dog go. Just let the dog go.
What other choice you got,
I mean, people will put up flyers and all type of stuff, and to get people to bring the dog back. And I hope y'all can grasp that analogy when it comes to these women, because they just can't. Women destroy other women.
Yeah.
And you all have to understand the basis of manipulation and destruction that women have come from. If you're going to go about it the biblical way, like we was talking about it, beforehand, you got to understand the Adam and Eve. There was manipulation there, and she got manipulated, and ain't gonna be no different today. We all promise God something, and we suffer from not doing it.
Exactly.
I try to tell people all the time, every life, the earth, the human body will reject what is foreign to it.
Yep.
So if you're not happy, you're doing something very stupid.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yeah.
You're doing something very stupid, then you need to reevaluate what it is that you're doing. It ain't the other person, because you got a brain just like everybody else got a brain, and you got to make decisions and all that stuff. The earth rejects it. I was talking earlier this week. It's a damn shame that a pack of wild fucking animals. I was watching this thing on wolves, and the way wolves travel is the most dominant wolves will get in the front of the pack, and they'll put all the weaker people in the middle, and then they'll get the people that's the other wolves that are a little bit less stronger than the front pack to cover up, to bring up the rear. But a lot of people, women and people don't really abide by this stuff. It's super simple. These animals, they get it. They get it. They even
it works, right?
It works. People, I've heard women go, "Oh, that's that old fashioned way you thinking," and you an old man. And I don't know how many times I got told that you an old man. You thinking that old fashioned way, and blah blah blah. It don't really matter how I'm thinking. The shit work.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. It's a kind of piggyback on what Big Country was saying. 2 scriptures: Timothy chapter 2 verse 11 and Proverbs chapter 9 verse 13.
Spit it. Read.
Yeah. Basically, a woman that runs her mouth too much is out of order. You know what I'm saying? And when men are talking, she's supposed to be quiet. for all the Christian people out there, whatever the case may be. And that is not the case. You know what I'm saying? That is like blasphemous. Like that is a no-no. It's not supposed to happen. When I was younger, man, I really didn't get it.
Understand it.
But now I totally understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I don't see any way to come out of this. I've been saying this over for a few years.
Yeah, you've been saying it. It's been over, and
It can come out of it. It's gonna be a lot of pain, and there ain't nobody ready for that.
oh, this shit. I mean, if you look at, and this is my final word, if you look at that last video, how these niggers set up and tried to justify everything that was wrong, everything that was going wrong. They didn't say, "Oh, that's what's happening. So what's the solution that we can do to fix that?" No, they tried to justify, and you will see that niggers everywhere will try to justify everything that is going wrong with our culture. So how can you fix anything? As soon as a leader steps up, they're trying to figure out what's wrong with them so they don't have to follow them. As soon as I say, hey, the woman is the chooser, which every other race knows, they're saying, no, the guy is the chooser. I will sit up there and choose you right now, and you'll say no, and you'll be like, no, you had the choice. That is cognizant dissonance, right?
Yep.
When we put the truth right there in front of your face, and you're still like, nah,
Can't admit it.
nah. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing with black folks right now. They don't want to change.
Nope.
All right. So they're not gonna change. If you're a pro-blacker right now waiting on black people to change, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Just like Chris Rock said. You're gonna die. Okay? You're gonna die old and lonely, wishing that you could have cultivated family and did great things and led your family to prosperity. Wasted all that shit away, waiting for these fucking clowns to come around. That shit is not gonna happen, dog. That shit is not gonna happen. All right, understand that shit is not gonna happen. So what's the solution? They always ask me, what's the solution? The solution: get in where you fit in. If you're a nerd, get in with a nerd bitch. If you a fucking, I don't know, anything, get in with somebody that believes in what the fuck,
fellas. It's like this, real quick, man. Do what you do, but just understand there's a price for everything. You can lie to yourself all you want, but reality is unforgiving.
Yeah,
it doesn't care what you tell yourself. It doesn't care how you feel and why you feel that way. Call it what you want to, but there's a cost for everything. If you know what you're getting into, you get into it. Don't complain about it later.
Oh yeah, and please, and I've learned it. We've all learned it. Don't spend your life. You will spend 30 years, and you'll look up like, what the fuck was I doing? I could have been enjoying my family or my child or whatever. Don't spend trying to figure out these knuckleheads. Don't do it, and don't do it. Oh, you a man. You supposed to. Don't do that. There's people in the United States of America think we are like the biggest whatever the hell going on out here. This is 50 million other cultures out here that are living very well, understanding the purpose of a man and a woman, and they live fine. They live great, and they happy and with the littlest things, and they live a great life. So don't waste your time trying to figure if a woman, okay, I mean, whatever, vagina and booty and whatever the media is selling. Okay, I get it. But, learn how to let that shit go. Learn how to let that shit go and try to live your best life, man. You'll never know what you're missing until you try it.
Exactly. Get that motherfucking passport and get the fuck out of here and see how life is supposed to be, dog. You'll see. You need to get to a country where feminism has not affected it yet. And you will see love and joy between men and women the way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You will be valued out there because you're a man. And as opposed to out here where they make it an effort not to value you. That's the show we got for the night, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Mr. J1S, thank you, J1S. That's what's up, man. Everybody else, let's be frank. G2G 2800. You know what I'm saying? Gen G. I don't know who you are, dude. I think you've been a long time BMV listener. I think so, man. The way you talking though, you know what I'm saying. Black Skin One, and the rest of the brothers, y'all need to go ahead and spread the word. If y'all want to go ahead and donate at Cash App, BlackMenVent. You dig? We about to get the fuck up out of here, but we'll be back next week. Y'all better have some questions. That shit was dope.